Okay, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Now we can start يا شباب. Okay. Okay, briefly in just 2 or 3 minutes, we studied before in the digestive system of the human that again the digestion process includes four steps, which are ingestion, digestion, absorption, elimination. And we studied the parts of the digestive system, starting from the mouth. And we said that in the mouth we have salivary glands. These glands are three pairs, three of them for each side of the mouth, and they secrete or they produce saliva, which is the liquid that moists our mouth from inside. And then also the mouth has the teeth, and we studied the four types of the teeth and the number of the teeth and so on. And then this is the saliva. Inshallah, today we're going to study it more. And then we studied the stomach, okay? Or after the mouth, we have the pharynx or the throat. And after that, we have the esophagus. Esophagus moves the food or moves the piece of the food by a motion which is called peristalsis. This motion is just a muscle contraction and relaxation because the wall of the esophagus is mainly made by muscles, and they are, as you can see here, they are smooth muscles. Smooth muscles mean that we cannot control them. Our brain controls them involuntarily or without our willing. Okay, so here this is the esophagus. After the esophagus, we have the stomach, and we studied that the stomach wall is lined with mucus and has cells to produce many things. Today we are going to study them, inshallah. And after the stomach, we have as you can see here, this pink part. This is the small intestine. The small intestine is divided into three parts, starting from duodenum after the stomach, directly after the stomach, and then jejunum, and then the ileum. These are the three parts of the small intestine. At the end of the small intestine, the food or the remaining food will enter the large intestine. The large intestine, as can we see here now, yes, this is the large intestine, or we can call it the colon. Large intestine is, as you can see here, it's short, not long as the small intestine here. And at the end of the large intestine, we have the rectum and then the anus. The anus where the remaining food and the undigested food come out from our body. So this is the parts, or these are the parts of the digestive system. And we studied the mouth parts and so on. Today, we are going to study the chemical digestion. So today we are going to study chemical substances that our digestive system secrete and produces them, and these chemical substances digest what and how they convert and change the complex food that we eat into simple molecules, so then our cells can use them. Okay, so today we are going to study the chemical digestion, or how the food can be digested chemically by chemical substances that are produced and secreted from our digestive system. Starting from the mouth, because the digestion actually started usually in the mouth. Okay, chemical and mechanical digestion starts in the mouth. Now, all of us, please pay attention to the names of the chemicals that now I will mention them, okay, because I will mention them on this video. We watched this video before, but today you are going to mention some names of the enzymes, and then we will see them on the PowerPoint presentation to know about the spelling of it. Now, first of all, the first chemical digestion happens in our mouth. How? When the salivary glands here, the salivary glands can secrete something which is called saliva. Saliva, this is the liquid that moists our mouth. The saliva contains an enzyme. Pay attention.
Called amylase.
Wait, yeah, Abdullah. Wait.
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry. Pay attention to this name. The saliva contains an enzyme which is called amylase. The amylase, this is the first enzyme that digests the starch. We studied before that the starch is a complex sugar. The starch is from carbohydrates. So now the amylase enzyme that found in saliva, that is secreted from the salivary glands here in our mouth, this amylase enzyme digests the starch and convert the starch chemically into simple molecules, into disaccharide, if you can remember. But okay, we can say that just that the amylase converts the starch into simple molecules, okay, in our mouth. And
Sir, it converts it to amylose, right?
It converts into what?
Amylose. The disaccharide
yes,
it converts it to.
Yes, it's disaccharide, but it doesn't digest it completely.
Yeah, and then the digestion continues in the large intestine, in the small intestine.
Yes, that's it. Okay, so now this is the first enzyme, amylase. It digests the starch and converts it into simple molecules. And you can feel this how? If you just hold a piece of bread in your mouth, just maybe for 2 or 3 minutes without swallowing it, you can feel a sweet taste in your mouth, and the piece of of bread is somehow vanished. It's disappeared. Why? Because your saliva has amylase that digests the starch in this piece of bread and it turns it into simple molecules, so you can feel the sweet taste of this simple molecule. Okay, so this is the first chemical digestion. By the way, this is very important. In our mouth, the saliva and the amylase can work in a basic condition. If you can remember from the first quarter, we have acid and base, acidic condition, and alkaline or basic condition. In mouth, the amylase enzyme can work in basic condition, not in acidic condition. In basic condition. This is very important. Okay, now the teeth makes mechanical digestion, and this is the epiglottis that closes the trachea, which is the air path. So it forces the food and water to get inside the esophagus, which is the food and water path, to the stomach, of course. Now in this step, there is no chemical digestion, there is no enzymes. This is the esophagus. No enzymes in this esophagus, just mechanical movement, like as you can see here, which is the peristalsis. Yes. So in esophagus, just transfer the pieces of food into the stomach. Here we have the second chemical digestion in the stomach. Pay attention to the next step. In the stomach, the wall of the stomach, as you can see here with this red part, the wall of the stomach secretes acid, which is called hydrochloric acid. So it is acid, and secretes also mucus. So this mucus just lines the wall of the stomach from inside. And also these cells secrete an enzyme pay attention to the next word. An enzyme called pepsinogen. This pepsinogen is an enzyme, but it is not active.
It's inactive.
Yes, it is inactive enzyme. Okay, so pepsinogen that is secreted from the wall of the stomach, now it is inactive, so it cannot digest anything. But what happens then? The hydrochloric acid that the wall of the stomach secreted, this hydrochloric acid will activate the pepsinogen, and then it turns it into pepsin. Pepsin. So pepsinogen, this is inactive enzyme that cannot digest anything, and then the pepsin. Okay, so now the stomach wall, or the cells in the stomach wall secrete 3 types of substances: mucus to line the wall of the stomach from inside, hydrochloric acid to activate the enzyme, which is called pepsinogen. So they secrete or produce enzyme, pepsinogen, acid, which is hydrochloric acid, and then mucus. Okay, now the pepsinogen is secreted and poured on the food that you eat. And then the hydrochloric acid also is secreted, and then it activates the pepsinogen and turns it into pepsin. Now this pepsin enzyme is active. What does the pepsin enzyme digest? It digests
Protein.
just the protein. So actually your stomach just digests the protein. Okay, so the pepsin digests the protein into a simple molecule of protein, but not the simplest one. It just turns the protein into a complex or a substance which is called polypeptide. Because you must remember that the protein is composed of simple units which are called amino acids or amino acids. But in the stomach, the protein is digested by the pepsin enzyme into polypeptide, not into amino acids.
Sir, I just have a question.
Yes?
The definition of a protein is a polypeptide chain that is made of amino acids. So,
Yes. So
the thing is, what's the difference between a polypeptide?
Okay. The difference between polypeptide substances and the protein composed of a very long chain of amino acids. When I say polypeptide, or what the stomach actually digests, it just cut the protein into smaller chains.
Will it be soluble then, or does it have to get digested more?
No, it will be soluble, yes, but it will be digested more in the small intestine by the pancreatic juice.
Trypsin.
Yes, trypsin, yes. Okay, so this is all about the stomach. The stomach has only one enzyme, which is called pepsin, and it digests the protein into polypeptide chain, or because these are the liquids that stomach secretes. This is the hydrochloric acid or the enzymes. This is just an animation. Okay. And can you see here the motion of the stomach? Because the stomach still moves like the esophagus, which is the peristalsis. But subhanallah, we cannot feel this motion at all. So then, yes. Now we go to the duodenum. Duodenum, this is the first part of the small intestine, which is directly next to the stomach. Okay, how long does the piece of a food or the food of us remain in the stomach? Maybe between 1 and 2 hours in the stomach. Okay, and then now it moves to the duodenum. Now in the duodenum, here we have something which is very important. We have 2 more organs, but these organs are not on the way of the food inside the digestive tract or inside the digestive path. No, but these organs are found outside the digestive system, but they have a very important roles in the digestion. Now, first of all, the pancreas. This is the pancreas, as you can see here with this yellow color, and this is the liver. The pancreas it has many rules, not just in digestion. But the pancreas also secretes a hormone,
Hormones.
maybe most of you can hear about, which is called insulin. Insulin, it just controls the sugar level in the blood. Okay, but now we are going to study just the digestion.
Are we
not,
taking the hormones, like the glands? What is it called? What
if
system?
we endocrine systems, if we
Yeah,
have
endocrine system.
if we have more time, inshallah. But now we just should know that the pancreas secretes a hormone which is called insulin. This controls the sugar level in the blood, and this is not about the digestion. But here, what is the role of the pancreas in the digestion? The pancreas secretes a group of substances called pancreatic juice. The pancreatic juice includes many enzymes, not just one enzyme, many enzymes that will complete the digestion of the food. And here also we have the liver. The liver secretes just one substance that is related to the digestion, which is the bile juice. Bile juice, or we note in Arabic, which is called as-safra. Okay, so this is the bile juice, and the liver secretes the bile juice and send it to the duodenum, and the path of the bile juice from the liver, it enters to the pancreas to get some modifications on it, and then it pours in the stomach. The bile juice is mainly composed of salts, and now we can see what the bile juice actually digests. So this is the liver, and this is the pancreas. Now,
sir, it
yes.
doesn't really digest anything. It just
makes
breaks
it
down
soluble.
fats into smaller
Soluble.
pieces.
Yes.
It does not digest anything, though.
Yes. Okay. So now, if you can see here, this yellow liquid comes from outside the digestive path, or from outside the digestive tract, to get inside the digestive tract for more digestion. Now, as you can see here, this is the rest of the food, or the remaining food, after being partially digested in mouth with the saliva and amylase, and in the stomach with pepsin. Okay, so now this is the bile juice from liver. What the bile juice actually does? They convert the fats that you eat into a simpler substance that will be soluble, because you know that the fats are not soluble in water, but now they just convert this fat into soluble molecules in that will be dissolved in water. But actually the bile juice, which comes from the liver, they actually don't digest food, but they just convert the fat into other substances that are dissolved in water. So this is the bile juice that enters the digestive tract in the duodenum. Yes, okay. This is the green color here, or the green liquid here. This is from pancreas, which is called pancreatic juice. The pancreatic juice has many enzymes that complete the digestion of the food. It completes the digestion of carbohydrates. It completes the digestion of protein. It completes the digestion of fats. So the digestion of carbohydrates is started in mouth, but it completes in small intestine by the pancreatic juice. The digestion of protein is started in stomach by pepsin enzyme, but it completes in the small intestine by the pancreatic juice. The fat digestion, it is started by the bile juice here, back there, and then it completely digested in the small intestine by the pancreatic juice. So the pancreatic juice complete the digestion of all materials that found in food that we already ate. Okay, now we will go to the PowerPoint show here, because we need to know what are the enzymes that found in the pancreatic juice. Look here. I will make it bigger. Now, in a small intestine that is released from pancreas, because you already studied pepsin and amylase. Okay, here from the pancreas we have pancreatic amylase. This is an enzyme that looks like amylase, but it's secreted from pancreas. It continues the breakdown of starch, completely digests the carbohydrates. Trypsin continues the breakdown of protein. So the trypsin change the protein into amino acids, which is the simplest unit. Okay, lipase comes from lipids. So the lipase enzymes breaks down fat or completes the digestion of the fat. Then we have another enzymes, like, so as you can see here, maltase, sucrase, lactase, okay, or sucrase or sucrase, maltase, lactase. These are enzymes that may be specific for some types of sugar, that they can break them down into monosaccharides. Okay, and then we have peptidase. This breaks down the amino acids. These break down the dipeptides, or the simple units of the protein, into amino acids. And then now, this is how the digestion ends. Again, or this is the chemical digestion. In mouth we have amylase. In stomach we have pepsin. From pancreas we have 3 enzymes: pancreatic amylase, trypsin, lipase. And then the small intestine also can secrete some enzymes which are called maltase, sucrase, lactase, and then peptidase. So this is all about the chemical digestion. Now, okay, here. Look here to this video, because now we can see how the undigested food and the remaining food can get out outside our body. Now this is the piece of food, esophagus. Again, esophagus, stomach, pepsin, chemical digestion, duodenum, still in duodenum, and then in the first part here, or in the second part of the small intestine, jejunum, and then ileum, and then it goes out from the ileum to the large intestine, which is the colon. It moves here, and then here. Can you see how the food starts to get together or close more, and they started to get drier? Why? Because the large intestine here, this large intestine, absorbs the water from it and return back the water to the body cells. So these are the remaining foods. These are the undigested foods. And as you can see here, it turns to the shape of feces. And then when they are accumulated and increase in maybe in amount and so on, now you can feel that you must go to the toilet to spill them out. So these are the feces. And here, this part is called the rectum. This part is called the rectum. By the way, the rectum is the last part in your digestive system that can still absorb some water to return it to your body. Okay? So, and this is the anal opening, or the anus, where the feces get out through it. As you can see here, that's it, go out. Okay. So here, this is the elimination step. we studied the ingestion, digestion, chemical and mechanical, and this is the elimination. We just still to study in 1 minute the absorption. Absorption again means when the small intestine gets the simple molecules that already digested from the food and then returns it to the blood. Now this is the wall of the small intestine. As you can see here, these small parts that found on the wall of the small intestine from inside, these parts are called villi. Villi. Okay, these villi have more and more blood capillaries to absorb and to take in the materials and the nutrients like amino acids, like monosaccharides, like as you can see here, this is the blood capillaries, and then yes, the blood gets from the small intestine the nutrients that already digested, and the remaining, as we said, go to the large intestine to or as feces to get out of our body. This is all about the human digestive system. If anyone has any question, please inform us. And Abdurrahman, if you have any problem with your mic, you can ask in chat. If you don't have any questions, you can leave now. And by the way, I will send a link and a picture on the group of WhatsApp, and because this is your homework.
Sir, what are we gonna start next session?
I think the circulatory system. Just a second, I can tell you exactly.
It's okay, sir. You don't have to. It's okay if you.
No, it's very simple here, but I think the circulatory system.